You're right. How you doing? I'm William. This is a little insight into how I do transcriptions when I'm learning new tunes or making lessons. And the idea behind this video is to give you an insight into my process. So if you've never done transcriptions before, then this might give you an idea about getting started on it and the kind of skills and software that you might want to use. I mean, you don't really need more than your ears and your instrument. But for me, having some scoring software, I use MuseScore, which is free, and also some audio software so I can kind of loop and dig in a bit deeper, which I use Ableton for. I think is really, really useful. So hopefully this will give you insight into that. But also, I don't think I'm particularly good at this. And so if you are watching this and thinking like, why is he doing it that way? It would be so much more efficient or better to do it another way. Then just let me know. I'm here to learn as much as I am to teach, really. So I have a little series called African Fingerstyle Guitar, and I'm teaching all different kinds of African fingerstyle music. And on one video, somebody recommended that I should do this tune, Masanga, by John Bosco Mwenda, Jean, his French name, from the Congo, OG guitarist. And so I wanted to do the first 8 or 9 bars of this piece, show you what my process is for transcribing, and do it in real time. So I haven't touched this piece yet, and so I want to give a kind of authentic view as to how I get started. So I suppose the first thing to know is how I get the audio into Ableton. Every kind of interface is different. I've got an RME interface, so I use this RME Total Mix software, and basically what I've got set up is that I've got one of my channels down here set up on loop back, and this then comes into channels 11 and 12 on Ableton is how I've got set up. So I basically just record into Ableton using the loopback function. Most audio interfaces that are not the very budget ones are going to have this, and you can do it on the Focusrite ones too. And you may need to use your software to be able to actually set this up. It's not always like a default setting. All right, so first things first, what I do is I go into Ableton and I set up my clip so that my tempo is on follow mode. This means if I need to use, on lead mode. So I switch that button from lead to follow to lead. And what this means is that I'm going to actually be stretching my clips so that they are exactly on a bar, so they're aligned to the grid. But because these tunes are not often recorded to a click, it means I've got to do it each bar by bar, and this will mean that the click will follow my tracks rather than having to make my tracks follow the click. And then literally what I do is I just go in and have a listen, have a count, and I'm quite vocal when I'm doing this, and then I'm gonna start like chopping the clip up so it's bar by bar. Okay, let's see what we got. Masanga. Okay, so we got a little pickup bar. I wonder, let's get a feel for the tempo. 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we're in 4, 4. Let's see if this pickup bar is 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Okay, so the pickup bar's 4. I don't care about this Masanga. With this, I'm actually being I'm not being too precise, but what I'm going to be doing is just cutting it so it's like 1 bar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, there's my bar. I just use, what happened there? I just use Control E to cut, or Command E to cut. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And I literally just go through cutting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 2, 3, 4, 1. Oh, no, that was renamed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Oh, cool. And that's gone back to the cycle. So I reckon with the pickup, that was 9 bars. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 3, 4. 4, 2, 3, 4. 5, 2, 3, 4. 6, 2, 3, 4. 7, 2, 3, 4. 8, 2, 3, 4. 9, 2, 3. And then we're going to repeat that phrase again, probably. All right. So, yeah, this is what I'm going to do. How many I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I've got 9 bars on the score already. So that's great. All right. What I'm going to now do is just go to the grid. Just put them onto, let's just put that onto bar 1. And I'm going to just stretch it so it is the bar. So I hold down shift and over to sort of dragging the boundaries of the clip there. I'll bring these all down closer so I'm all on screen. And let's pop this one into bar 2. Hold shift and stretch. This one into bar 3. Hold shift and stretch. And so on and so forth. I wonder, do I fast forward this in the edit? Nah, I reckon not. So what I'm going to be doing after this is I've already started like imagining the melody in my head. Being able to hear that music. Alright, so I'm starting to sing it. Alright. So sometimes, one thing that we might actually have to deal with, sometimes with these old recordings, they're not quite in tune. So hopefully we'll be in tune here. So let's have a listen to our first bar. I'm just going to loop them. Okay, let's see what we're hearing. I'm going to G. Let's sound like we're in G. Okay. That sounds cool. Cool, that's where we are. And our melodies. Okay, cool. So first thing I've established, we're in 4/4, which I'm going to put on my musical, which is already there by default. And we're in G, which is 1 sharp. Okay. And by having the 1 sharp there, it just means that as I'm scoring in F, it will just automatically put it to F sharp. And okay, so sometimes I'll do it using count in, and sometimes I'll do it looking at the grid. But basically what we can see is we've got 1, 2, 3, and in dum dum. So our first sort of notes, what we got is, let's put the guitar down. So we got a G, which is gonna be, I'm really not very slick at this musical kind of thing, but I'm putting it in as a half note. So I can press 6 on that. I've never figured out how to put 2 notes in at the same time on the score. So I use the tab for this one. I'm kind of always using a bit of tab and a bit of score. Cool, so there's that. And then I'm also going to switch this bass note down into the second voice, which is for the thumb. All right. What I do have here is then I've also got to have an 8th note as well, which is key note 4. So switch that to an 8th note, and that's also going to be a G and a D. Oh no! See, I never know how to. I just don't know how to do it. Yeah, please tell me how to. Please tell me how this works. So I press N to put it in, then I can put my little G in there, and then in my second voice, see this. Why am I even doing a tutorial on this one? I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing, but there we go. No, I wanted that to be an 8th note. Boom. Oh, good. Wait, even was that bass note playing all the way through? Ah, cool. Yeah, so this bass note actually was a whole note, so don't need to worry about that. Okay, and then these two, I'm gonna tie it together. I don't care about both of them. I'm just gonna tie the chord here. Just tie the chord. There we go. Dee, 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 dee. And then we've got this. E, da, do, da, F, D, E. Cool. And this is what we're getting on the 8th notes. So 4, F, D, E. Cool. So go bam, ba, do, do. Yeah. Bam, ba, do, do. Cool. And just out of interest, so I think MuseScore automatically puts as 120 as our BPM, and you can see in Ableton, when doing the stretch clip, it will tell me what my BPM is for each bar, and I can see I'm at 118, so I'm not actually too far off. Okay, let's go on to our next bar then. What we got? Okay, cool. So I'm going to start off with my bass. So we got A and then D. Cool. So I've got an A in the bass for half. So that's key stretch 6, A in the bass, and then D. Cool. So there's my second voice, and then cool. Yeah. So what was that? So 1 and 2, 1 and 2 D, 1 and 2 D, da 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 da, 1, 1 and 2 3, no, 1 and 2 and. Okay, cool. So what was that? C, and we're on 8th notes. C, C, C A A. But the C, A, G, and I think that G was a quarter note rather than an 8th note, so it's key straight 5. Okay, so what we got? Better dum dum, da da na na. So those are 16th notes, F to E. Da 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 da. So then this last beat is C D on 8th note, D C on 8th notes. Cool, and then we have a slur on this one. Cool. So we got, there we go. Cool. And so what you can see is I sort of take it a little bit on the bass and the melody, and so together those. Oh. There we go. There's bar 2. Let's go to bar 3. You sort of see I just kind of take it bar by bar often. Sometimes with more simple pieces, I might be taking longer things. Sometimes I don't need to interrogate the rhythm so much. Sometimes I'll be going in really, really close, like, especially if it's like a weird kind of 16th note rhythm. I might be taking it in a little bit closer and deeper. Let's check this next bar then. What we got going on? That sounds like a G and a D in the bass. Is that right? Dum, dum. Yeah, there we go. Cool. So we're going across. We got a G, down an octave, D, up an octave. Cool. And what's the melody? B, D, D, B. chord. So it's really similar, we just haven't got that 16th note, and we're kind of going down a scale degree at first. So we get back into 8th notes. So that went B, G, G, and then quarter note G, up an octave, and then back to 8th notes. Was it that? F, D, E? Huh? Oh, was that it? No. Yeah, it was. Oh, I was right at first. Sometimes I just find myself second guessing myself. But yeah. So that should have been an F. D, E. Yeah, there we go. You know what? I kind of feel like this is enough to show the process. Like, it's probably excruciating watching this. I don't know. Let me know if you want to see like a longer one. I couldn't imagine why, but I don't do much more than this really. Just take it bar by bar. You can see sometimes I can just hear it. For those of you who are much more experienced, I imagine that there will be less confusion over what are the actual notes in the phrase. You've got a much more developed ear. You could probably hear much longer things and have a sense of maybe the melody over the course of those 2 bars. For those of you who are much more beginners, much less experienced, that must have felt quite inaccessible, how I could just sort of hear how you could sort of hear that melody there, but you know that comes with just the experience of being able to work things out by ear and having kind of some intuition around where are the intervals in the scale. Like, once I'd figured out this was G, and then I kind of got a sense that we were just kind of going down that major scale. This is G major. And there's also a familiarity with the kind of melodies that exist within a particular style of music. Cool. I'm going to call it a day there. I hope you enjoyed that video. And let me know if you fancy anything more like that, or if you've got any more requests for tunes. I'm going to make a little video tutorial on this. I'm backed up a few. I've written a couple of lessons that I haven't made the time to film yet. Doing these ones just sort of sitting in front of the webcam with the screen recordings, a little bit less effort and less time. But yeah, there's more coming. I'll be teaching the whole of Masanga at some point very soon. Peace. That was so lame.